So we have an out-of-the-way area here in the yard that we want to place our beehives at. This is where this old wood pile is located, so I've got to move it out of the way. I want to turn it into a natural area. It'll be shaded with some trees above it during the midsummer, and it'll catch a good southern exposure to try to keep it a little warmer in the winter. So hopefully it'll be a good spot for the bees. With it being a natural area, I don't want to have to mow around a lot and try to disturb them, so hopefully that'll help as well. So we'll show you how we get this set up. We have had a mouse that apparently wintered up there in the wood pile, so if we're putting the beehives up here, we're definitely going to have to protect them against the mice. So most of this mess that we're pulling down, we're going to put right back up there as soon as we get rid of the weeds. So again, that'll be good ground cover, good mulch. So we'll use it. All right, well, I'm going to call that clean. Doesn't look too bad for wanting nothing to grow there. So hopefully that will work out. Now we got a level two places, put our gravel in, and make sure we get our cinder blocks leveled up and placed in. All right, so not exactly level. We've got one bag in reserve to help level these cinder blocks once we get them in place. But we'll bring the cinder blocks up and get them level. All right, so I spared you getting the cinder block up the hill. Again, my wife's idea. But two things I'm going to use as I set this out is a level. We've got a third bag of gravel there that way I can use to level up all of our stone. And we're dry stacking the cinder block. Now the cinder block, if you notice on the edges, they're not clean. They have little peaks and raised areas that really don't matter if you're using mortar, because the mortar fills in the gap. It gives you a surface between the two, evens everything out. If you're dry stacking it, you want to have a rasp and just knock all those peaks, those little points that are sticking up and everything like that, that can make your block not set as flat as it should. The surfaces that go on the ground really don't matter. Between the stone and the top surface that the beehive's going to set on, it's going to matter to get things to set flat. So I'll use the rasp to knock down all those little edges and rough spots between the joints and that top surface for our base or bottom board of the beehive. So we'll go ahead and knock these out. What I'm going to do so that the hive doesn't collect water, even though it's a vented bottom board, is I will have them angled slightly toward the front. That way anything that collects in it that doesn't run out of that vent runs right out of the front of the hive. That way it doesn't have water that pulls in. So they will be angled slightly toward the front of the hive. All right, well, that is where we will set our bees. We'll have to come back with some more mulch to work around it just to help keep the weeds down. But I think that should work out pretty well for the bees. So not easy as far as moving the cinder blocks up the hill, but not bad. So we'll see you tomorrow.